Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for quarter 4 of 2024. We're going to do a past, present, future outcome reading, and you have the Spirit World card in your past position that says your spirit guides are sending you helpful people and opportunities your way. You have this angels are watching. It says there's nothing to worry about. Your angels are watching over you. One thing I will say is that a lot of people so far in these readings have had these cards of kind of being watched over or protected. Also, everybody's had the Tower so far. So, again, of course, I think it's going to be a wild end of the year. Mark my words. Things are going to happen that you've never seen before. So, what I would say is over the next 3 months, I would just keep your head on straight and just realize that nothing will happen to you, hopefully. And, I think you are protected at this time, and there's no use in kind of like losing your mind about what's going on in the world, right? And so I would stay focused, stay grounded, and all that other good stuff. You have the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and the Death card. This is coming up, we're doing past, present, future, and then outcome row right here. And so in your past position, you have that Page of Wands. Page of Wands can be a journey and that you were kind of like going on, or a journey that you are on. And the Fool, it's kind of funny because I wonder if the Fool is you. I don't want to get too far ahead in the reading, but I kind of feel like the Fool is saying that you are starting a journey again, or something like that. And sorry, I just want to make sure that I didn't just completely mess that up. Okay. So again, I think that for a lot of you, this is kind of like saying that, this journey is going to be something. It's almost like you're starting something over. I feel like I'm babbling at this point. So, the Page of Wands in the past is like something you started. And then the Fool is like saying you're starting this journey again. It could be in love, right? So you have the Lovers here. And the Lovers could be a love connection that you were in, or a past love connection. And I'm not saying that someone is coming back from the past, but you could be starting a love journey again, or you could just be kind of like at a crossroads in your life at this time, because it looks like there's some sort of transformation that's going to be happening. You have the Death card, which is your card. And this is great, showing up as yourself. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So you're showing up in a very strong position, but I kind of feel like something is dead. The King here on the card is dead, and the King being dead on the Death Rider, on the Death card, kind of says that even things that we think are always going to be established undergo transformation, right? It's like most people think, kings are invincible, but eventually even kings die. And so the whole point of the card is that sometimes things that we think that are going to last forever don't, and we just have to start over and be excited for a new beginning. And so I feel that maybe in the past, something that you thought was going to last forever didn't, and you're about to start something new that could last forever is kind of where this reading is going. So this could be a very good thing for you. With the Page of Wands, you have the Tower. Can't make it up. Every single sign is going to... I'm telling you right now, I have a feeling that every single sign is going to have the Tower for sure. Because, again, like I said, I think that, if you just look at the astrology, crazy astrology at the end of the year here, and, crazy things will happen. So that's what I'll say there. But, this could definitely be a past Tower moment that you are thinking about, something that didn't work out for you, and it's like you're about to do it again. With the Lovers, you have the Page of Pentacles. So, okay, the Page of Pentacles would be a clue for me that you're definitely attracting something new. So for those of you that want love, like I said, I feel this could be a new person that you're attracting into your life. I feel like this person is like a little bit of a challenge in a good way, as in, the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. And so sometimes I feel that the Page of Pentacles can be a person that we have to learn. We have to, kind of learn their quirks, and we have to, learn a little bit about them. And that seems to me what's going on here is that you could be learning about a person, or you could need to learn a person with the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. You do have the Queen of Pentacles coming up. That's why I said it. But you could need to learn this person. I also feel that this could be any type of new beginning, especially for those of you that are at a crossroads in your life. Like if you are at a point in your life where you have to make an important decision, I would just pick the new path. And, I think the new path will be very successful. With the Death card, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly for the first time. So Queen of Swords normally only has clouds halfway up her body, and it kind of says that she is seeing things clearly for the first time. One thing that stands out to me as well is that you have 3 queens showing up in the reading right here. 3 queens can represent like jealousy and gossip in a reading, or it can say that there is jealousy or gossip going on around you. Mars going retrograde at the end of the year, the best thing you can do during Mars retrograde is completely ignore it. If you try to defend yourself during a Mars retrograde, you look guilty. If you don't try to defend yourself, they look guilty. So again, I would say if you are experiencing any gossip, I would just completely pretend like it doesn't even exist, because then they will look guilty. Next, in the area of your present position, you have this card. It says embrace uncertainty. You also have this moon shining. It says stay in integrity as well. We are in a very uncertain times, and I feel this is saying like stay and embrace the uncertainty, because there might actually be some opportunity that exists in the uncertainty, and that's what I would pay attention to with this energy. Again, the stay in integrity card, like I said, if there's jealousy, gossip, if you have haters or whatever, I would just completely ignore it and let it happen, because again, during Mars retrograde, it's always like the worst time to try to defend yourself. You have the Fool, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. The Fool is saying it's time for you to take a leap of faith. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've said this to you over the past month at least, about going back to the drawing board. I really think it's an amazing time for Scorpio to reinvent something. I mean, you are a Scorpio. You are great at reinventing things, or you should be. And so a lot of you, I feel, could be reinventing like an aspect of your life. So if it's your love life, for example, I feel you could be picking a different type of person, a new person, and you're like reinventing your love life. Same thing if you're like you have a business, for example. It's like maybe things haven't been working as well as you want. You could be reinventing it. I really get reinvention here. The Fool does not represent reinvention, but, again, I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting. So, what I would say here is that you are reinventing something. I kind of feel like the Fool is showing up as the Fool, as a reinvention energy, because it's just saying you're ready. It's like you're at the point where you are fully prepared. He is fully prepared to go through the whole entire major arcana, a very long journey, right? And I feel it's just saying that you're at that point where you are prepared to reinvent. You have the Queen of Cups. Funny enough, I read the Queen of Cups as you. Most people read her as Cancer. I also read her as Cancer, but I also read her as your energy. So I kind of feel in some ways that this could be you showing up in the reading, again, in a very strong position. She is very, intense and heart-based. She follows her heart, and I feel that is something that Scorpio can do very well with the Scorpio intensity, right? I feel when you really attach to something, you can make it very successful because you're like following your heart. You're following your intensity, if that makes sense. And, I feel like that's what you're doing here with the Queen of Cups. I also feel that you need to trust your intuition with the Queen of Cups. You have the Nine of Swords. I really feel the universe is trying to get us to clean out the crap this year, 2024. And it is interesting that it's an 8 year. 8 years are cause and effect, or infinity, right? You're putting energy out into something, you're getting energy back. But I also think that because it's an 8 year, the universe could be trying to get us to clear things out of our lives so that we can create a better flow, so that equal give and take can happen at a much better level. So if there's anything that's been a never-ending nightmare in your life, then it might be a good time to get it out of your life, or to remove it, or to change it in some way. I always say, sometimes I think the whole spiritual community gets too caught up in like, oh, everything's drama and everything needs to be cut out of my life. It's like, no, you don't have to cut everything out of your life. But you can take things that you would cut out of your life, and you can transmute them, you can transform them, you can change them so that they're better, right? And so we don't have to just get rid of everything or get things out of our life. I don't think that's always the answer, because you're just throwing away a problem at that point. And we even have the Temperance card right here. Temperance is transmutation. Temperance is alchemy. It's turning one thing into another. So you don't necessarily need to eliminate a never-ending nightmare. You might be able to change it to something that's better. With the Fool, you have the Temperance card. Basically, the universe saying, I meant what I said. So whenever we have repeating cards, the repeating cards are the universe kind of saying, I like readings that have repeating cards because it kind of says that you're on the right path. But it's also great for kind of turning one thing into another with that Temperance card. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups can be like regrets or sadness. Five of Cups says that you need to be grateful for what you have. That's the easy solution. The other thing is that normally he's crying over 3 cups in front of him, and he has 2 cups behind him. And then look, you go to the Temperance card where he is pouring water back and forth between 2 cups, trying to turn water into wine. He's trying to use his powers of alchemy to improve his situation. Again, I don't think you have to throw your life away here. I think you just need to transform it with that temperance energy, turning negatives into positives, and like now is the time. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this would say that something is like dead, done, over with. And, clearly, we said this with the Death card, that there is something that has been established in your life that is transforming. And you might be holding on to certain aspects of it, whatever is going through a transformation in your life, right? And you might be holding on to certain parts of it, but I feel like allowing something to transform is what the Temperance card is saying, Next, in the area of the future position, you have this Antelope Spirit says life is speeding up. You have this Wolf Spirit says turn knowledge into wisdom. So I don't know about you, but I definitely feel like that my days go by way faster nowadays. Things are definitely happening faster as well. I think it's an amazing time to turn knowledge into wisdom. So I think it's an amazing time to take the things that you've been learning and turn them into something else, right? So we can learn all day long, but knowledge is putting the things we've learned into practice and getting that knowledge, which is one step above just learning something. You have the Temperance card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Even the Temperance card can say it's time to turn knowledge into wisdom. It's time to take your learning and put it into practice so that you can actually get a result. The other thing is that the Temperance card says nothing is perfect. Sometimes I feel he's trying to perfect his situation. He is pouring that water back and forth, trying to make something perfect, right? And so I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that nothing will ever be perfect, or there never will be a perfect moment to get started on whatever you're doing in your life. So you might as well get started now. You have the Queen of Pentacles. All 3 water signs have had the Queen of Pentacles, which is pretty good. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness, and this is saying to me that you could be becoming more resourceful, or you are being more resourceful, which could increase your finances or will improve your financial situation. Of course, that's a good thing with the Queen of Pentacles, but I definitely see improvements financially with this Queen of Pentacles energy, and I feel a lot of you are doing things to set yourself up for a better financial future, and like I said, I think that's a good thing. You have the Hangman, seeing things from a new perspective. I think this whole entire reading is, quite simply saying you need to take your life and turn it around, especially with that Temperance card. And the Hangman would be about seeing that there are other ways to live, right? Like the Temperance card, he is trying to perfect his situation, or he's trying to turn his situation from a negative to a positive maybe. And the Hangman is about seeing that you can do that. He has put himself in Hangman mode, and he has seen that there is something that's possible. This kind of reminds me of the 4-minute mile story, right? It's like for a long time, no one was able to run a 4-minute mile. And then all of a sudden, one guy, he ran a 4-minute mile, and then everybody started running 4-minute miles because he made it possible. And so it's like sometimes I think that we don't realize what is possible, or what could be possible for us. But once we see it, then we can do it, right? But the only way we can see that things are possible is to go and have experiences. I'll give you a great example. I'm working with someone on YouTube, and this person, it's like what the numbers that they're hitting are like way down here. What they could be hitting is way up here. So I showed them with my channel what is possible, right? And they never thought it was possible that these numbers could be done, right? And so it's like I had to show that person what is possible. When I first started on YouTube, I never thought in a million billion years that a tarot channel would have more than 10,000 subs, right? I didn't know it was possible. I was stuck at 40,000 for like 4 years, and people were hitting like 100, 200,000 after me. And I was like, oh my God, this is possible, right? And so then I got serious about it, and I got to work, and I made it happen. So, again, I think that the Hangman is saying that sometimes we have to go and see what other people are able to do so that it makes it possible for us. And, that's what I feel like the Hangman is saying. Rant over. With the Temperance card, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely improvements. The whole entire reading wants you to focus on improvements. This reading wants you to focus on turning your situation around. Like I said, I feel like it's saying that you have the opportunity to really create an amazing life, but you have to see it and do it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Magician. Definitely attracting more resources and probably attracting more money. And so, again, I think that anything you could do to attract more money would be a good idea. Funny enough, this is a card of reinvention. I think this whole entire reading is talking about you reinventing your situation or kind of reimagining what you do in your life and how it is presented. I think that would be a good idea as well. With the Hangman, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So anything you can do to work together with other people would probably be a good idea. I think that teamwork is going to just be very beneficial. So there you go. Next, in the area of your future, you have this Raw card. It says creative power. You have this Great Pyramid. It says mystery and ceremony. So you could be very creative at this time. It does seem to be like a creative time. I also think that creative solutions could be more beneficial for people. So if you have any creative ideas, I would get to work. You have the Hierophant, the Devil, and the Two of Swords. I think the whole entire reading is encouraging outside the box thinking, right? There is kind of like a fixed energy going on here. You have the Death card, fixed energy, the Tower, fixed energy, the Hierophant, fixed energy. So you have a lot of this like fixed energy showing up here, and I feel this is saying like it's time to think outside the box. It's like maybe what you've been doing has only been producing a certain result and you want better results, so thinking outside the box and not needing things to be perfect with the Temperance card is going to be the solution. You have the Devil. Number one, you could be attracting a Capricorn into your life, by the way, because Queen of Pentacles, Devil, definitely could be a Capricorn. Not really a love reading, but, of course, love is always available to us. The Devil is also about your creative force. These people have these animal horns on their heads, and I always say, it kind of represents our baser instincts. So the Devil itself can represent root chakra energy, but we need to take that energy, bring it up to our heads, and express something creative out into the world. So I feel that this is encouraging you to, express something creative out into the world. Next, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. I wouldn't even bother with this or that thinking at the end of the year because she's like thinking, oh, this situation, whatever situation you're thinking about could go this way or that way. But the thing with the Two of Swords is that it's going to go a completely different way with that new island. So really what I'm trying to say is I would be as flexible as possible at the end of the year here, Scorpio, because you could be thinking that things are going to happen this way or that way, but really they're not. They're going to happen in whatever way they want or something completely different. So I think we're in a time where we really need to be flexible and kind of like roll with the punches, so to speak, and, just allow things to happen in whatever way they're going to happen. And if we do that, we will be very successful. But I think if we try to force things to go this way or that way, like she is thinking, that there are only two ways that something can turn out in her life, then you're going to be stuck. So I would be flexible. With the Hierophant, you have the Chariot. Definitely some sort of victory that could be coming in for you. Some of you, by the way, this could just be a move right here. The Tower, Page of Wands, Fool, that's like a new beginning. And the Chariot could say that you're moving. So if you're moving, it's like maybe you had to move because of a Tower moment. It's coming up in your past position. So if maybe you experienced a Tower moment or something like that forced you to move. But the Chariot would be a victory. It would say that if you were forced, I know a lot of people maybe were like hit by this hurricane that we just had or something like that. So if that happened to you, I'm sorry for you. But it does look like this move is going to be a good thing because you have the Chariot. With the Devil card, you have the Death card. So the Death card is coming up twice in your reading. Definitely a big transformation that could be happening for you, or a big transformation that could be coming in for you. And the Two of Swords, you cannot make this up. You have the Judgment card. I feel like the Judgment card is the entire reading. It's like you're going back to the drawing board. I feel like I said this to you recently. I feel that you could be reinventing something or reworking something that you've already been working on in your life, and you're doing it again. And I've definitely said this to you in past readings. And again, if you're doing that, I feel it'll be a good thing for you. I feel it's going to lead to a lot of success. So looks amazing. You have this Turkey card. It says someone is behaving stupidly. I would avoid people who behave stupidly, of course, just in general. You have this April card and this Weeping Willow. It says family sorrow. Some of you could have been dealing with family issues since April of this year, I feel. And it's like, I actually feel you're coming to the end of those issues, especially for you fixed signs. It's kind of weird that this comes up for all fixed signs as well as like family issues, family challenges, but it seems to me like you're kind of getting to the end of that. You have this hammock. It says taking a vacation physically or mentally. You need a vacation. Definitely. It's like maybe you need a staycation, or maybe you just need a few minutes to be able to, collect your thoughts, or kind of look, again, with the Hangman and the Temperance card, to look at the other way or to find inspiration. Maybe that's what this reading is really saying, is that you need to find the inspiration that can show you that something is possible, but I feel like you need to see it. It's like you need to find it, right? And that's really what I feel here. You have this fly. It says a period of ill health or depression. I actually feel like you're getting past this point. Remember, I made fun of you like a few months ago where I said that Scorpio was crying in their car. I feel like you're getting past that point where you're crying in your car and you're actually becoming stronger. You have this key. It says successful outcome to your problems. Yes, any issues or problems that you've been experiencing, I feel that you are easily going to overcome those challenges. And it's kind of like you are moving forward at this time with this energy. So there you go. Keep your head on straight. I think you have one thing that you should focus on this year, the rest of the year, which is looking for other ways of doing things and finding the inspiration as well. But you have to do your research. So it's like if you have competitors in business, I would go see what they're doing to see what's possible. If you're looking for love and you don't have love, it's like, what do people who have love, what are they doing and what aren't you doing? I think if you can enlighten yourself to that just through learning, then you'll probably have an amazing breakthrough this year. 90 days left. We have less than 90 days left, actually, so I would get moving. But looks really good. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your year.